Hello students. In this video, let us start the lesson Citizenship. So we are starting our first lesson in Civics. So let's first try to understand what exactly Civics means. Civics is the study of roles and duties of citizens of a nation. So in Civics, we will try to understand what exactly it means to be a citizen and will understand the roles and duties of the citizens. Meaning and importance of citizenship. Let's start by understanding what exactly citizenship means. To understand that, we need to know what it means to be a nation. The system which enables every individual to lead a better life is called a nation. Okay? So we have heard about nations. We know that there are various different countries in the world. They're also known as nations. And every member of that country is called as a national or a citizen of that country. So what is a nation? It's a system which enables a better living for all its members. Okay? So that is called as a nation. A citizen is a responsible member of that nation. So now we are defining what a citizen is. A citizen is nothing but a responsible member of that nation. Every person who has citizenship is entitled for rights given by the nation. It means they have rights such as minimum living standard, education, health, social security, and other rights. So these are the different categories of the rights that the nation has promised all its members or all its citizens. They include minimum living standard, education, health, social security, etc. So, a nation promises its members certain rights. Okay, so we just learned that these rights are categorized as shown here. The citizens will have close relations with the nation. There is no provision to acquire citizenship of more than one nation at a time. So a person can be the citizen of a single country at any particular time. Although a nation does not allow a citizen to be a citizen of more than one country at any given time, India has a provision called as Overseas Citizenship of India that is given to citizens of India who have settled in different countries. So this is also known as dual citizenship or OCI. If you need to know more about it, you can find out more about it with the help of books or the internet. So there is no provision to acquire citizenship of more than one nation at a given time. Now let's understand the importance of citizenship. The citizenship is necessary in the nation where one lives to live with dignity, to participate in the nation's administration, to lead a better life, and to establish a convenient administrative setup. So you might question, why exactly do we need citizenship? We learned that whenever a nation admits anybody to be a citizen, it guarantees them certain rights. So these rights will give a citizen the right to live with dignity, to participate in the nation's administration. So we know that India is the world's largest democracy. In India, the citizens have the right to choose their administration. In order for you to participate in the elections of India, you need to be the citizen of India and you need to be of legal age. So, it is essential for citizenship for you to participate in the nation's administration. To lead a better life and to establish convenient administrative setup. So, for you to be the part of the government or for you to participate in electing a government of India, you need to be a citizen of India. The citizenship is important from the perspective of a nation's integrity and unity. So, the citizenship is also important from the perspective of a nation's integrity and unity. Up next, let's look at the features of citizenship. An individual identifies himself or herself as a citizen of a particular nation through their citizenship. Citizens can enjoy all the rights given by the nation. So imagine, as an analogy, that there is a certain library and you are a member. So that means the library has given you a membership. So you can imagine or you can analyze citizenship to be similar as membership. Once the library has recognized you as the member, then it gives you certain rights. Similarly, citizens can enjoy all the rights given by the nation. For example, if you are a member of the library, you have the right to borrow books there, you can browse the books in the library, you can sit down and study in the library. Similarly, citizens of a nation enjoy certain rights. Furthermore, given that you're a member of that library, you're also obligated to do certain things. For example, you need to be quiet in the library. You need to respect other members of the library. You need to make sure that the library card that they have given you is safeguarded. Similarly, citizen should discharge his duties fixed by the nation. So a citizen is obligated to follow certain duties that are fixed by their nations. Citizenship binds citizens to live in accordance with the law of the land as described by the Constitution in case of India. Citizens get power to hold positions from the highest to the least. So in the administrative setup of India, only citizens of India get to hold power and positions. Foreigners are deprived of political rights. So given any country, the first preference to hold any power in administration is always given to the citizens of that country, and foreigners are deprived. Deprived means they are not given such political rights. A foreigner cannot vote in elections in India, only citizens have that right. Okay? Now, let us try to summarize what we have learned in features. So, a nation, as we've already described here in point 3, a nation promises its members certain rights. So, when you are a citizen, rights and duties are the first things that you need to think of. While we are entitled to certain rights, there are certain responsibilities that we need to carry out as citizens of our nation. Furthermore, we are obligated to live according to the law of the nation as described by the Constitution. And foreigners are deprived of political power in India. Okay, so these are what we learned in the features of citizenship. Next, let us look at the methods of acquiring citizenship. Here we have a diagram of Mysore Palace just as a pictorial depiction of foreigners and Indian citizens. Now, let us focus on the methods of acquiring citizenship. Citizens can acquire the citizenship of a nation through the following methods. So the first method is by birth. Anyone who's born in a nation automatically becomes the citizen of that nation in most of the countries. Any person who takes birth in any country, he or she acquires the citizenship of that country naturally. Without considering the nationality of his or her parents, the citizenship is granted. This is true for India, but there are several countries where this is no longer the case. Therefore, birth is an important factor in getting citizenship of a country. For example, the people who are born in India after January 26, 1950 had become the citizens of India. The reason being was that free India enforced its own constitution. So after enforcing our constitution on January 26, 1950, it became that by default, anybody who's born in India, regardless of the nationality of their parents, become the citizen of India. Up next, we have the second method of acquiring citizenship, that is by inheritance. In this method, an individual gets the citizenship on the basis of the nationality of his or her parents. For example, those who are born after January 26, 1950 to Indian families staying outside our country can get the citizenship of India. So this will be subjected to certain conditions. However, for people of Indian families who are staying abroad, when a baby is born, they can become the citizen of India. This is called citizenship acquired by inheritance. Up next, we have the third method, that is by registration. Citizenship of any country can be taken by way of submission of a prescribed application form to the concerned office. Every nation imposes certain conditions for submission of application by an individual. So this depends on the nation and it varies from one country to another. According to the rules of a particular country, citizenship can be acquired by a person if the requirements are met. Then the documents need to be submitted to the prescribed office and the citizenship can be acquired by registration. For example, those who are residing in India for a minimum of 5 years, so those who are residing in India for a minimum of 5 years can get citizenship by way of registration. So even if they are not citizens by birth or by inheritance, people who have been in India for a minimum of 5 years, subject to certain conditions, can get the citizenship by registration. Next, by incorporation. By incorporation of one country geographically with another, the citizenship of the incorporated country can be acquired. Generally, a country gets incorporated by way of war or voluntarily with another. So this is a political reason where two countries become one, either by war or by merging. On such occasions, the citizenship of the country to which incorporated is given. So to whichever nation the other nation is added to, that nation's citizenship is given. These are the 4 methods by which one can acquire citizenship of a nation. So let's make a list of them. Methods of acquiring citizenship. Try to pause the video and see if you can recall. The methods are by birth, by inheritance, by registration, and incorporation. Okay, so these are the 4 methods by which you can get citizenship of a nation. Next, let's talk about the methods of losing citizenship. We learned that a person can be a citizen of at most one nation at any given time. Here are the methods of losing citizenship. Citizenship of a nation is lost by the following methods. First, by renunciation. any Indian citizen, in the event of getting citizenship of another country, can voluntarily renounce the citizenship of India by a declaration through an application form to the registration office. So when a person decides to become a citizen of some other country, voluntarily they can give up. Renounce means to voluntarily give up. So they can choose to voluntarily renounce the citizenship of India by a declaration to the appropriate office. Next, by termination. Any citizen of India, in the event of securing the citizenship of another country, his or her citizenship of India will be cancelled legally without expecting their application form for registration. So, in case a person becomes a citizen of another country, India will not wait for their application. Instead, their citizenship of India will be terminated as soon as they become a citizen of a different nation. So the difference between the first one, that is by renunciation, and by termination is, even though they both happen when a person becomes the citizen of some other country, this is when the person voluntarily declares and gives up citizenship, and this is where India recognizes that that person is not a citizen of India any longer. Up next, we have the third method to lose the citizenship, that is by deprivation. Any individual, in the event of securing the citizenship of India unlawfully, or found engaged in anti-national activities or insubordinate behavior before the Indian Constitution, their citizenship can be cancelled. So if any person has went through unlawful methods to become a citizen of India, or after securing the citizenship, if they are found to be engaged in anti-national activities or insubordinate behavior. Insubordinate means something that does not follow the law. Insubordinate behavior, according to the Indian Constitution, their citizenship can be cancelled. This is called as forceful deprivation. Now, let us make a list of the 3 ways by which citizenship can be lost. We have renunciation, termination, and deprivation. So these are the methods of losing citizenship. Okay. Next, these are the discussions that we need to carry out. Firstly, discuss in groups and answer. What is citizenship? To answer this, you can refer to the beginning of the lesson. In the beginning, we defined what is a nation, and we also defined what a citizen is. So a citizen is a responsible member of a nation. Okay? Every person who has citizenship is entitled for rights given by the nation. This is how we can define citizenship. Up next, the second point for discussion is list out the features of citizenship. So, we made note of this. Here we have the different features of citizenship. We have 6 different features. You can go through them one by one and recall what we have learned. Next, we need to discuss about the methods to acquire citizenship. How many methods are there? Can you recall? So we have 4 methods and we made a list of them in our notes. Again, just go through them point by point and try to recall how much ever you can. Finally, we need to discuss about the incidents of losing citizenship. So here we have 3 different instances where a person can lose the citizenship of India: renunciation, termination, and deprivation. Go through them one by one and discuss. Up next, we have why is citizenship needed? So to answer this, you need to have understood exactly what is the importance of citizenship. Firstly, we have understood that a citizen is a responsible member of the nation, and every person who has citizenship is entitled for rights given by the nation. The importance of citizenship is listed over here. The citizenship is necessary in the nation where one lives to live with dignity, to participate in the nation's administration, to lead a better life, and to establish a convenient administrative setup. Furthermore, what else did we learn? The citizenship is also important from the perspective of a nation's integrity and unity. You can also mention that these are the different factors that come into picture. That is, the citizens have rights such as minimum living standard, education, health, social security, and other rights. So these are the points that you can discuss under this question. Make a list of losses one has to undergo due to loss in citizenship. To answer this question, you need to look into some resources first. Answer that question, we need to look at the different entitlements that a citizenship comes with. We discussed the importance of a citizenship. So when a person loses citizenship, they will lose all the guarantees that are provided by the government of the nation for its citizens. So the rights here, such as minimum living standard, education, health, social security, and other rights, will no longer be entitled to that person after they have lost the citizenship of our nation. Furthermore, any minor descendants, that is, any minor children of that person, if they have acquired citizenship of India through that parent, then they will also lose citizenship of the country along with their parent who has lost the citizenship. So here we have, when a person loses citizenship of India, they lose all the rights entitled by the citizenship, including the right to vote. So they can no longer participate in electing the administration of our country. Furthermore, all minor descendants of the person also lose their citizenship. So these are the points you can add to your answer along with all the features of citizenship which are lost by the person. So here, citizens can enjoy all right given by the nation will no longer be applicable because they are no longer citizens. And we can also rule out these, that is, people who have lost their citizenship cannot hold power in the administration and they are deprived of their political rights because now they are considered as foreigners. Okay, so we completed the discussion section and this is the end of the lesson. I will see you all in the next video.